Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys how to set up Mek AIO. So after you input your key, you're going to be brought to the settings page. So it's going to look like this. The first thing you probably want to do is to check for updates. You're just going to hit this button and it'll say on the side. So over here it says up to date, so that you're good to go. This is going to bring you to your Mek AIO dashboard. If you click on this, this is where you input your Discord webhook. You would just copy and paste that into here. If you don't know how to make a Discord webhook, you could just go to the creating a webhook channel in Sneaker Apes, and that'll teach you step by step. After you paste your Discord webhook into here, you could do a test, so it'll send you a test notification. You could select it so that it only sends you success webhooks. I wouldn't really recommend it just because you want to know what went wrong, if there are any errors during your task runs, and then you hit save. If you have any data, you could just import them all instead of manually inputting it again. After you set up your bot, you could export all as well. So down here, this is going to be the quick task monitor. So you're going to select the proxy group that you want quick task to be run on. You're going to select the profile as well. And then over here, you're going to select the size that you want quick task to run for. You can select multiple, just click on each one separately, and arrange, you can do that as well. And then you hit save, and it'll update over here. So on the right column over here, this is the notification column. Any updates within the bot are going to show up over here. You can mute it if you want. Just click on this bell over here, and you can delete all notifications. So on the left column over here, you'll find the place for gift cards. So if you have some gift cards that you want to use for sites, say for example for foot sites, that is a good way to get around payment verification. So you could use a gift card. You would just input your gift card here in the format of the gift card number, colon, and the PIN number. And then you would select your proxy group over here, name the group, and you could hit save. Over here is where you would input your shipping rates. So the shipping rate can be found in the release guides within our cook group. You would just copy and paste that into here. And then you'll select your profiles that you want to link that shipping rate to and hit apply. If you want to fetch any shipping rates from a site, you would input the product link over here, select which profile you want to link the shipping rate to, and hit fetch. And it should automatically fetch the shipping rate for you. Over here is where you would input your accounts. Some sites require an account to check out on, such as Bodega, Concepts, Undefeated, all these ones over here. So you would just hit the plus button and you'll enter it in the format of email, colon, password. And then you would hit this. And it'll save it for you for that site. Okay, so moving on, we're going to go to tools next. So in the tools tab, you'll find your CAPTCHA harvesters, your cookie generators, and your third-party CAPTCHA solvers. So this is where in the CAPTCHA tab you'll find your CAPTCHA harvesters. To create a new CAPTCHA harvester, you'll hit the plus button over here, and you'll see this in the middle. You're going to name your CAPTCHA harvester. You can name it whatever you want. If you have a proxy for your CAPTCHA harvester, you'll input it over here. If not, if you want to run on local, you can just hit save. And after you hit that save button, it'll pop up on the left column. Just click on that CAPTCHA harvester, and in this drop down menu, you can select what type of harvester you want. So if you're running for Shopify, you're either going to be using Checkpoint Solver or the Checkout Solver. Checkpoint Solver is for most Shopify sites like Kith, Shop Nice Kicks. You'll always see which capture harvesters you need in the cook group. You could always ask if anything. So if you need a checkpoint harvester, you'll click on the Shopify checkpoint harvester option. If you want a checkout CAPTCHA harvester, you'll click on Shopify checkout. For Yeezy Supply, you'll always want to use YS Advanced CAPTCHAs. For foot sites, you'll always want to use Footsites Data Dome. Again, you can input your proxy here if you need to. If you need if this is the HCAPTCHA one, you don't really need it over here. But you can click into it to log into your Gmail. If not, you could log in through the YouTube button. So to log into your Gmail, you can hit this YouTube button and then hit sign in. You'll just log in, and it's a good idea to always watch YouTube in these harvesters at least 30 minutes prior to drop time, just to warm up your Gmails. And you hit save after you've done all that, and then right before drop time, you'll want to open all your harvesters. You'll just click open over here. And this harvester is going to pop up. So it'll say what type of harvester it is in this bottom right corner. It'll say the harvester name over here. When it detects a CAPTCHA, it'll show up in the middle over here, and you can solve it yourself. As the harvester solves more CAPTCHAs, this number up here will increase to align with how many CAPTCHAs it has solved. So for the cookie generators, you would go to the cookie icon over here. You can select which proxy group. You can import your cookies, clear them, and if you want to run them, you just hit the start button. For third-party CAPTCHA solvers, you would go to the cap generator icon over here. To make a new one, you would just hit this plus button. You can select which which third-party solver you want to use. So Mek AIO currently supports 2CAPTCHA, Anti-CAPTCHA, AYCD AutoSolve, and CabMonster. So you can select which one you want to use. Select the site. Typically for Mek AIO right now, you don't really want to use you don't want to use third-party solvers for Yeezy Supply, so you'll basically only be using it for foot sites. And then you just hit this plus button, and it'll show you over here on the left side. And then you'll click on the harvester and input your token, your API token, and then hit save. And right before drop time, you'll hit this start button, and this ready icon will change to initiating. And as the drop goes on, this number is going to increase as your harvesters solve more CAPTCHAs. So this is where you'll input your proxies. To create a new proxy group, you will hit the plus button up here. You'll input your proxies over here. You'll typically be copying and pasting them in IP port or username password format. You can name your proxy list over here in this box. And if you want to test your proxies using the inbot proxy tester, you could select a site for the test using this drop-down menu, or you can test it to a custom site. So if you want to do it to a custom site, you'll just grab a link and you'll paste it into here. To test them, you'll hit this green button down here. Once they're done testing, you can clear your bad proxies by selecting delete band. Once you hit save, it'll show up on the side in the left column over here. For profiles, you can import your profiles by clicking on this downwards arrow button. If you want to export your profiles, just hit the up arrow. To delete all your profiles, you hit the trash can over here, and to create new profiles, you'll hit this plus button. So you can fill in all your information over here. For the card information, as you type in information, it's going to fill in over here. So this is going to resemble a real card. So say this is the name. So this is going to put the name over here, card number, so it'll automatically detect what type of card it is in the top over here. And then as you put expiration date and CVV, it'll also update over there. So for shipping and billing, if you want billing and shipping to be the same, you would just check this button and it'll gray out the billing box so that you cannot type in it. If you need it to be different, then just uncheck that and you can type into it. So these colors over here are to assign profile groups. So when you're creating a group, you can either select a color like this. I believe you can select up to 5 at a time. Okay, never mind. You can assign it to as many profile groups as you want to. And then over here, you can also mass edit to assign groups. So to mass select, you would just click, hold shift, and then click on another one to select all of them in between. So once you do that, it'll bring you over here. So on the right side, these are all your profile groups according to color. You can edit the name of the profile group so that you can keep track of it. So you can name it whatever you want. And then you'll click on the test and you can assign them. Once you assign your profiles to a group, this number is going to change over here. And this should update accordingly to how many profiles are in that specific group. So moving on to tasks. So when you go to the task tab, you'll see all these different sites that Mek supports. They support Yeezy Supply, Shopify, Foot Sites, Finish Line, sneakers, and they don't support Nike at the moment, but they will soon. So when you get here, you'll just select what type of shop you want to set tasks for. You can name your task group, select what foot site you want to run for. For foot sites, Mek AIO supports all the US foot sites plus Foot Locker Canada. So you just hit create. If you want to use gift cards, if you input gift cards in the setting menu as I showed earlier, you'll see the options in a drop-down menu over here. Over here you can change what site you want it to run for. This is where you can change your release name if you need to. Product SKU, you can copy and paste from the release guides in Sneaker Apes. This is going to be your delays over here, your proxy group. So for each task group for Mek, for each task group, it can only run one SKU and one proxy group at a time. So every task within that one task group is assigned to the same SKU and same proxy. So you cannot individually customize it. If you want to run on a different proxy or a different SKU, you have to create a new task group. So after you select all your options here, you'll hit save. And then to actually start creating tasks, you can click the green plus button, select your profiles, If you want to create tasks for all the profiles in a specific task group, then you would just hit the profile group and it'll select all of those profiles. If you want to individually select them, you can do so down here. For size, you can either select one size, so random, or you can select a range of sizes. So you just individually select all of them, just like that. This is going to be how many tasks you want to create per profile. So say if I have 2 profiles selected and I want to create 5 tasks per profile, it's going to create 10 tasks. Once you're done all that, just hit create tasks. So for foot sites, this is what the tasks bar is going to look like. So you're going to see the CAPTCHA button. You typically want to have the CAPTCHA button selected. So instead of individually selecting them like this, you can just hit the title up here and it'll select all of them down here. Gift card, if you are using a gift card down here, you would just select gift card as well. You can either individually delete tasks like this, or you could delete all of them by hitting the trash can at the top. Okay, so for Yeezy Supply, for Yeezy Supply, you would use the product link for Mek. Some bots use the product ID, but Mek uses the product link, and you can find that product link in our release guides. Same thing again, delays down here. For Mek, you typically want to run 3,500 delays. This is going to be your proxy group. You can duplicate task groups if you want to by clicking this button over here and just hit save. The reason why the start button is so big over here is because when you start your task and your tasks find the product, a picture of the product is going to show up over here. And this is the start and stop button for all your tasks. So we're just going to create our profiles like this. So you can see that the taskbar for Yeezy Supply tasks looks a lot different than our foot sites tasks. So you see Advanced CAPTCHA, Hybrid, and AYCD AutoSolve, and you also see a Chrome icon on the right-hand side. So for Yeezy Supply, you want to have a majority of your tasks on Advanced CAPTCHA, and then you want to have like up to 10 tasks on a Hybrid. Hybrid tasks are very CPU intensive, so you don't want to have too many hybrid tasks. Yeah, so if you're going to use hybrid tasks, just make sure your computer can handle it. If you want to enable AYCD, you would just select the AYCD. There are currently some issues with AYCD and Mek AIO, so I would recommend using the inbot harvesters for the time being. Yeah, so they could fix it in the future. Just at the time of us making this video, AYCD isn't exactly the go-to for Yeezy Supply and Mek AIO. So on the right side, you'll see the Chrome icon. Once your tasks are running, you can click on the Chrome icon to see what is going on with that task. If it's waiting in Splash, it'll show you the product page. This is very helpful if your bot is having trouble checking out on its own. If you're at checkout and you're getting some errors, you can open up this Chrome window and you can manually check out for that profile, for that task. So up here, you'll view your logs. When you click on it, it'll open up a document, a folder basically. It'll have different folders for every task group that you have set, and you can just click into it and then you'll find your tasks, and then you can see the task logs. If you want to mass edit your task groups, you would just hit the mass edit button. You can mass edit your monitor delays, and you can do a mass URL change. And then you would just hit apply. So over here on the right side, there's the monitor settings, the quick task monitor settings that I showed you in the settings page. When you want to turn it on, when you want to set up a quick task, you would just select to which site over here, and then you would click this is the monitor on, monitor off toggle button. And yeah. If you want to clear all your notifications, just hit the trash can over here. So that should pretty much be it for Mek AIO. The user interface of Mek is a little bit different than some other bots. That being said, it is pretty easy to use. It's very easy to get the hang of. So if you have a basic understanding of how to set up bots, then you should be fine with setting this up. If you have any questions, you can just open up a ticket in Sneaker Apes and we'll help you out over there. If you aren't currently in our server, you can hit the invite link in our bio. We are currently out of stock, so you want to be quick when you're hitting that link. Try and get in. It's $15 a month at the moment, but you never know. We're constantly trying to come up with new things, and the price may change by the time you're watching this video. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, just let us know.